Welcome back to another episode of the Bear Trap on the Boomer Bust channel, a Bears podcast by a Bears fan. I'm your host, Terry, and thank you. If you're subscribed, if you're not, click the button. Think about subscribing. Either way, click the thumbs up. All of it helps grows the channel, and I thank you for it. So, it is Monday. Yes, I know we played Thursday, but it was homecoming weekend, so I was busy for a good minute. But anyway, there's not much to talk about anyway. I mean, I probably would have tried to make some time, but what is there to say? I mean, there's some stuff to talk about, but not a whole lot. I've been talking about this since the summer. I've been talking about Justin Fields since last year. At this point, look, I have entertained most people's debate, if you want to call it that. Everybody that I give an invitation to come have that debate discussion on the channel, they don't. And to be honest, after all these years, hey, look, I've hit it. Like, I trust what I see. Been watching football and knowing football for years, and I just trust what I see. And it's all come to fruition at this point. Now, I'm not saying that nothing's going to be different for the rest of the year, or I'm not saying that we can't change things potentially to be a little better, but it's pretty much what I figured it would be. And so unless something big changes, I just don't see our course improving that much. Now, could we be a little better? Could we execute a little better, be a little more competitive? Yeah. But again, I said it from the moment Poles and Eberflus came in and started making their first moves. This is a rebuild year. All this backlash. Then I get online this weekend. I see all these people. Well, it's a rebuild year, so it's fine. It's fine. It's a rebuild year. I'm like, wow, interesting. But either way, the roster was not made to compete. I just don't really care what anyone says. It was not. I think we've shown some determination this season, but we have not shown preparation and execution, and we definitely haven't shown talent. We just don't have a talented roster. So we'll continue to see what we look like this year, but as I said, my issue wasn't us winning games this year. It was clear to me that's not what we were coming to do. My issue is, and my worry is, what will happen to Justin Fields, and so far it's been pretty much what I expected. This man has completely fell in love with the run. You watch him at Ohio State, never ran nowhere near like this. And so while he has speed and talent, it's just not something that, you want your quarterback doing more than they're throwing. And it's not something that you wanted to see Justin Fields devolve into. I don't really care how many people want to argue. A quarterback is supposed to throw the ball. That is what the position is for. And so I don't need my quarterback running more than they're throwing. And we're at a historically bad pace. As I told you, our yards are down, but you just talk about some of the stats that have popped up when you watch the games. It's crazy. And then I saw something today that said Cooper Kupp has as many catches as Fields has completions. And so the passing game itself is bad. I'm not saying Justin Fields is bad, by himself. I'm saying the passing game in general. And that is a combination of everything. Now it's funny trying to see people blame different people as if you didn't know this O-line wasn't going to be great, as if you didn't know Justin Fields didn't look great last year, as if you didn't know the receiving core was terrible. This is all stuff talked about since the summer. So it's always going to be a combination. I see people going back and forth, and I don't know why. Maybe it's the internet, but people always want to think it's one person or other. That's not how it goes. It's the play calling, it's the blocking, it's the routes, it's everything, it's the accuracy, it's all of it. And that all came to bear on Thursday against Washington, and I wasn't shocked. I mean, you got 4 or 3 first rounders on that D-line that played. Luckily, they didn't have Chase Young. So I 100% expected us to have some issues going up against that front. And Justin Fields has fallen into kind of his way of playing, and it showed up again. So even when there's opportunities, he's not taking it. He doesn't trust it. He doesn't trust himself. He doesn't trust the receivers. And he's not seeing it clear. So he just took off. And as I told you in the film, as we looked at that second half last week, it wasn't so much that Justin Fields just became a different person. It's just looking at what the Vikings were doing, going to a different game plan that kind of attacked what they were doing, and it just worked for them. But, with the D-line, and I think Vikings D-line is pretty good, but for whatever reason, we just could not really hang with this team, which does have way better interior pressure than the Vikings, which, as I said, man, the quickest way to quarterbacks up the middle, you cannot make interior pressure disappear, whether it's against the run or the pass. That can completely blow up a play. So, the Washington Commanders had a front that was going to definitely challenge us. So, I didn't see anything new, really. I mean, defensively or offensively, it's a lot of the same things that we've talked about. It's a lot of things that we've seen so far this season. Again, I see a lot of people trying to blame the O-line. And it's, again, like, as soon as he gets the ball, no, he's not. No, he's not. There's plays where the O-line failed Justin Fields. Many of them. There's also plays where Justin Fields failed everybody else. There's many of those too. And so, as I said, the passing game as a whole is just not cohesive and is not together. And right now, we just do not have a team that's going to compete with a lot of people unless we're in some bad weather or they're injured, or, again, where it's going to make it easy for us. I don't see a lot of teams or a lot of matchups where it's just going to be easy for us. So, I don't know. I'm trying to think if there's other stuff to talk about, but it's really not. I don't think it really is. But if you think of something, go to the comment section. Let me know. Share it around, get the conversation started. Thumbs up, subscribe, and remember, stay up and bear down.